The story opens inside Shawshank Redemption, a prison known across the country as the most secure facility ever built. Its walls are thick, its rules merciless, and its reputation absolute. Thousands of inmates have passed through its gates, many spending their entire lives inside, yet no one has ever escaped. The reason is simple and terrifying. Any prisoner who even attempts to flee is sentenced to death. Shawshank is not just a prison, it is a place designed to erase hope itself. Within these walls, time does not move forward, it only piles up, crushing the men who are forced to live under its shadow. The scene then shifts to a courtroom, where a quiet, well-dressed banker named Andy Dufresne stands accused of murdering his wife and her lover. Andy insists on his innocence, but he has no evidence to prove it. His calm voice and controlled demeanor do nothing to sway the court, and the judge sentences him to life imprisonment in Shawshank. As Andy enters the prison alongside other new inmates, the older prisoners gamble among themselves, betting on which newcomer will break down and cry on the first night. Red, a seasoned inmate who understands men better than most, places his bet on Andy, assuming that a soft-spoken banker from a wealthy background will not survive the terror of Shawshank's first night. But when the screams and cruelty begin, it is another man who breaks, not Andy. He remains silent, composed, and unshaken, instantly marking him as someone different. As days turn into weeks, Andy slowly learns the rules of prison life. Through Brooks, an elderly inmate who has spent nearly 50 years behind bars, Andy discovers that Red is the man who can obtain almost anything from the outside. Andy approaches Red and asks for a small rock hammer, claiming he uses it to carve stones as a hobby. The hammer is laughably small, useless for violence or escape, and Red assumes it would take centuries to dig through stone with it. Still, he agrees to help. This seemingly insignificant tool becomes the quiet beginning of something far greater. Life inside Shawshank is brutal. Andy becomes the target of violent inmates who repeatedly assault him, and for 2 long years, he endures humiliation and pain in silence. Everything changes during a rooftop work assignment, where Andy overhears a sadistic guard named Hadley complaining about losing his inheritance to taxes. Risking his life, Andy offers him legal advice that saves him thousands of dollars. Instead of asking for favors or protection, Andy requests only one thing: that his fellow inmates be allowed to enjoy cold beer on the rooftop. For the first time, Andy experiences a small taste of freedom, not by escaping the prison, but by reclaiming dignity within it. From that moment on, Andy's intelligence becomes his shield. He gains the trust of guards and eventually the warden himself, laundering illegal money under false identities and handling financial matters that no one else can manage. He is assigned to the prison library, transforming it into a place of learning and opportunity. Years pass, and Andy becomes the quiet backbone of Shawshank, helping inmates file legal paperwork, earn diplomas, and feel human again. Yet beneath this calm surface, Andy never stops working, never stops planning. Hope arrives in the form of a young inmate named Tommy, who reveals a shocking truth. Years earlier, he heard a confession from a criminal who admitted to committing the exact murders Andy was imprisoned for. Andy finally has proof of his innocence. He rushes to the warden, believing freedom is within reach. But the warden refuses to listen. Andy knows too much, and his freedom would threaten the warden's empire of corruption. To protect himself, the warden has Tommy murdered and throws Andy into solitary confinement for months. When Andy emerges, he appears calm, almost peaceful. He speaks to Red about dreams of Mexico, of the ocean, and of a life beyond walls. Red warns him that hope is dangerous, but Andy believes it is the only thing that cannot be taken away. That night, Andy disappears. The next morning, guards discover his empty cell and the truth behind the Rita Hayworth poster, a tunnel patiently carved over 20 years with that tiny hammer. Andy crawled through sewage pipes, endured unimaginable filth, and emerged reborn into the rain. Outside, Andy exposes the warden's crimes, withdraws his stolen fortune, and vanishes to freedom. The warden, cornered by the law, ends his own life. Years later, Red is released and follows Andy's final request: finding a hidden box beneath a tree that leads him to the shores of Mexico. There, under an endless blue sky, two old friends reunite, proving that hope, when held onto long enough, can break even the strongest walls. If you enjoyed this powerful story of patience, resilience, and hope, share your thoughts below. Do you believe hope is dangerous? Or is it the one thing that truly sets us free? Let us know in the comments. And if you love deep, cinematic storytelling like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us for more unforgettable stories.